Okay, this is part 2 of the stealth copyrights. And part 2, we kick off here. They have the stealth bomber here. This is kind of a throwback to the first volume where we have the checkerboard and the image shows up here. The exact same image here is found here, and they just put it in the wind tunnel, and they got these all dialed in. So the image may start with a square, and it progresses off, like it's flying. And then they add sides to it, and then they uh, eventually create a V where they fill it across best they can. Makes the stealth bomber. And this is from 1985. We're gonna say around December. So then, what happens is to get the F-22, they they start with a circle, which they didn't show here apparently, but it's a circle, which would be the fuselage of a jet. So what you have to do is put edges on it. So you maybe start with like 8-sided, like a stop sign, and then you shrink it down. You got 6-sided, like a pentagon, and then you take one of the sides out and you close it up. So 6, you close up into the pentagon. Well, it's going to be upside down from the the other shapes they made. So you rotate around the pentagon, then it makes an upside down pentagon shape, and that would be the shape of the F-22 stealth, the stealth fighter. So basically, what they would do here is keeping your fuselage as a 5-sided pentagon. You take your square and overlay it on the fuselage, and you clip off the tip. And what you do then is, with the tip clipped off, you bring this straight down, and it will stop right there, and then you raise it back up, maintaining that it was low. Raise it up a little, and that accounts for the 4 sides then of the angel wing. So this is all explained here. And so what they do is you have your octagon, you go into your hexagon, and then you write it as the pentagon. So what you have is such things as, when you've overlaid the square and cut off the corner, and you have lowered this and then raised it back up a little bit, and you've made your 4 angles to this angel wing on this fuselage, which will be pentagon shape. So you're going to be looking forward at it, like this would be the nose, and this would be like its right wing and its left wing, and it's facing straight on here to be where the pilot sits. Now right under here was inserted like a rectangle box, and that would be to carry all the payload and anything extra. So when it opens up, the doors underneath, be it Bombay or for the wheels, they keep the jaggeds right here, and that's from the grid, that the checkerboard. So they keep that, and that keeps the square and stealth and all that square. So right here they're showing that when you bring the edge down and stop and raise it up, you're going to bring it down, right? And then you raise it up, and it's going to give this extra edge. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 to the ghost wing, the angel wing. So then to make your I think they're called ailerons. I'd call them probably fins back in the day, flaps or something. These ailerons, which lay flat like the wings, right? Like little mini wings in the back. These are made by the square again, where it's you take the square and cut the square in half, and then what they do is they clip off a corner, and then they stick the sharp edge into the jet, and where the clipped part was out here, it accounts for these angles that you'll see on the F22 Raptor. So they have this at a different angle, so it's difficult to see like the 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then to see that this is basically one, two lines out, and this is like a V, like a clip of the square. So that's called aileron, but actually these upright fins, I'm gonna say these are fins are right here. It's Jetfire fins. Um, it was not Jetfire's fins that were used for such a thing as the upright fin on the F-22. The upright fin on the F-22 is simply a square that's cut in half from corner to corner, and then you just snip off the tip, and then you end up with the reason why the upright fin will look to be almost kind of like a clipped off triangle. So see that's all simply there. So trying to get lost, confused on this. Let's see how they're doing this. Well, see here, what you got is they're using a transformer again called Skywarp. And what they're doing there is Skywarp has a level wing here. So when they pull the clipped off corner of the square down, they pull it to Skywarp's level, and then they raise it back up. So those are the ideas that they use there, but that's all that is for an idea there, pretty much. Skips ahead where they go into the Joint Strike Fighter. That would be the F-35. So that had a thrust vectoring where it could vector downwards or straight out or even upwards, and it would give it this ability to kind of hook this loop around a little sharper. So you'll see that the F-35 is like a spinoff of the F-22 with a little more fancier things. So basically how they got this, they said you take your fuselage, and you know how you've got that all configured, and then what you're gonna do is you take your square, see, and then you cut it in half, and then you cut the tip off, but you don't do a Skywarp's level on it. You leave it as is, and that accounts for the wing kind of being how it is, just straight out and then clipped off. So the upright fins are going to be from Jetfire. These are Jetfire's upright fins, and then they're gonna make these. They're gonna make these ailerons here by the method that the F-22 had, where you cut the square down the diagonal and you cut the tip off of the elongated tip. You cut that off and stick the sharp part in here. That will make your aileron for your F-35, the flat fin in the back. But to make the F-22s, it was done, like I said, it was straight off. And then all they did is just take the clip tip of a square, and you just fix the clip tip of the square right there. It just goes straight off. So it's similar to how it would be with Skywarp, kind of goes straight off here. But then you're going to articulate this. This is going to be a stealth jet you're making here. Then they go ahead and let's see. Then they have such simple things as open up behind the canopy. they'll open up these sort of doors that would have a fan in here running. And this would cause the downward air and give it the jump jet lift, and they could vector down the nozzle. And this would give it the jump jet capability to take off vertically. One idea was to have like a coffee carafe kind of lid that would clamp down, and then you could raise up and allow the air in, and then eventually it was improvised. But these are the ideas. So this is where you take the square and you cut it down, and then you cut the tip off. And when you stab this into the jet, that will make the aileron in the back of the F35. So peeling ahead here, here would be thrust, another transformer. It has these fans on its wing. So these were implemented to be like one right here to create the jump jet capability. And then it goes on to the copyrights. Well, that is Stealth Volume 2. So stay tuned for part 3. It's going to get over into the drones and things. This will be found at Amazon Kindle, and just go and look it up and search out the title of How Stealth is Made. All right. Thank you very much.